interview. Now what is interview, you know, so there is no point in telling what is interview. The interview technique is a verbal method of securing data, especially in the field of research connected with social problems. So you will ask question, you will get the answer. That is what interview, simple, okay, exactly the same. There is nothing new we are going to study in sociology. The person who is asking question is the interviewer, and the person who is answering is the interviewee, okay, or to whom the question is asked is the interviewee. It is a direct method of inquiry. It is a two-way purposeful conversation initiated by an interviewer. Interviewer means the person who is asking question to obtain information that is relevant to the research. The person who is interviewing is called the interviewer, and the person who is giving interview is called the interviewee. Okay, so the types of interviews: open and closed interviews. So what do you mean by this? Exactly the same that we have discussed in questionnaire also. Exactly the same. There is no point in discussing it here. Interview bias is possible, very much possible, Pavani, because see, you are interviewing some person. Your bias will be there in the formation of questions. You can see various interviews. The interviewer bias will be there. Interviewee bias will be there. Now, again, if you remember the discussion on which topic that we have done with objectivity, problem with objectivity and value neutrality. There I have told you there may be faulty observation or data generated because of the bias of the interviewer and interviewee. Interviewer will ask a biased question, interviewee also will answer in a biased way only. Okay, open and close means exactly the same. Open means that is descriptive in nature, close means yes or no type interview. Okay. Structured and unstructured. Structured means it is well prepared, okay, proper schedule. Unstructured, randomly you keep on asking questions. Classification according to formality, formal interview and informal interview. Classification according to number, personal interview and group interview. All these are self-explanatory, right? On the basis of subject matter, quantitative, qualitative. Quantitative means factual information gathered, like census is an example. Qualitative, objective is to understand attitude and opinion of the respondent. What about mixed? Both will be there, factual as well as opinion. On the basis of period of conduct, short conduct, that means a single sitting, one single sitting, it is over. Okay, and prolonged conduct, prolonged interview, more than one sitting. Now here, the advantage is that interview in general are more flexible than other tools like questionnaire, participant observation, etc. In terms of flexibility, time consumption and quality of information, in all these if you see, they lie in between questionnaire and participant observation. They can cover much larger samples as compared to participant observation, okay, because you can ask to more and more people, so larger sample you can cover. Okay, while participant observation get information about present only, an interviewer can elicit information regarding past as well as future. So you can ask about past and you can ask about future also. But in case of participant observation, only present when you are observing. So that is an advantage over participant observation. Now what are the problems? Problems: interviewer bias, right? Interviewer will be biased. The question that he is asking, let's suppose religious related, okay, a Hindu is conducting interview and asking question to a Muslim. So the interviewer bias will be definitely reflected. Similarly, responder, the interviewee will be biased. Situation based on the context also there will be bias. Okay. Then problem of validity and reliability, that is another issue. That means again similar to this, only the reliability of the answer, the data collected may not be correct. Okay. Then social desirability bias is again similar to the questionnaire that we have discussed. Interviewee will try to answer based on the social desirability. Then the problem with language. Okay. So this amount of information is limited. These are general in nature. There is nothing to discuss here.
Just a question, sir.
Tell me.
Yeah, the word when you said this, we can cover the maximum number of the people compared to the participant observation. Because in the participant observation, you will be staying somewhere in the village, or like say, in case if you are a complete participant, you are staying in the village where you will be with so many people, right? So it's a number of the samples will be more in the complete observation, as I think in interview.
Again, this answer is also subjective, Praveen, because let's suppose you are conducting a study in the village. Let's say a 50 member is there in the village, or a group. You are observing this 50. You are getting information and based on that 50. But if you are conducting interview about 100 people, is it wider?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is very subjective. Then if you say this community is 1,000 people, and then you are observing them, and you are not able to interview 1,000, then again it is okay. So that is why in case of interview you can ask anyone, right? So that is a context. But in case of society, it is only you conduct the investigation, so you consider all these as one only.
Okay.
But in case of interview, you will get different opinions from different people. In that context.
What I understood is the thing is, if you are participating in a village, there will be a number of people. So
yeah, that I also understood, but that is what I have told you in the first case. The village may be less in number, but I can conduct a survey interview about more number of people.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.